Hello guys and welcome to Pundit Time Premier League Profiles with me John.
And me Rupert.
So episode 2 here, we've got the North London derby between Tottenham and Arsenal. It looks like it's going to be quite a good one, good match-up at the moment. Tottenham's last season, what do you think, bud?
Well, I think statistically looking at it, 6th. It's never really a bad position to have 20 in the top flight football. But then also, bad press has it was advertised to me as a terrible season. The way I saw it was always Tottenham lose again or Tottenham only just get 1-0.
Or even when you watch their performances as well.
Exactly.
They were just bollocks every time you watched it.
It just seemed like a season's performance that was just terrible, really. I mean, the way I saw it advertised, I'd go 10th, 11th maybe. It was like United.
Comparing how we saw Southampton playing some games and comparing it to Tottenham, would you say that Tottenham are more deserving to be the 2 places, 3 places above?
Exactly. And
Where
then
did Southampton finish? 8th, was it? 9th?
I'm not actually 100% sure. I don't look into them too much for several reasons. But what was another point I was going to say? So with Everton and Tottenham,
yeah,
just adjacent positions. Yeah, Everton, what a season! Oh my god, amazing 5th. Tottenham, what's going on here? Sherwood, what you doing? He's got to go. And then maybe it's because they're trying to go for 4th. I don't know.
Maybe I think it's as well. They've still got quality in the team. But
definitely.
Well, we'll have a look anyway. I mean, if you look at the home and away form, you've got away. They're at -3 goal difference. That's no good. That's terrible.
Yeah, straight up, like City, obviously who won the season, but immediately you can see there's still strength home or away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean there is still the biggest win there, 5-1 against Sunderland.
It's still a big win.
It's an incredible result, and I think we saw in there as well. They beat Newcastle 4-0.
Yeah.
I believe, and another incredible result to go away and beat Newcastle 4-0. But then we calculate how many goals was it? It was 20 odd.
I think it was 17.
No, that was Arsenal, I believe. No, 20 odd goals they conceded in about 4 games. Tottenham, so it's shocking there. The player of the season they gave to Hugo Lloris. I think he was probably the only shining player last season.
Oh, some of the saves he pulled off.
Jesus. Yeah. no, he was incredible. And then with top goal scorer, Adebayor, really just in the Sherwood era.
That shocks me, really. That's how bad it is. Your prolific goal scorer, Adebayor, 11 goals. Especially when you've spent, 24, 26 million on Soldado?
Yeah.
And he's not even getting that, and half of them through penalties anyway. Well,
let's move on to the buy, actually, because Soldado, like we said, he's not in the biggest buy or best buy. He was probably their most, I don't know what the word is for it, anticipated by, because he was the striker going in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lamela, Ericsson and that all had pressure going on them as well, but obviously Soldado was like, this is going to be the new number 9 for Tottenham, and he completely underperformed for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was always hyping about it. I was telling people to watch out for him. I feel like a bit of an idiot now, saying he's going to be the man, and I even put him in my fantasy team.
He's got a very strange face as well.
I think he looks like a turtle.
Or
lizard.
I'm seeing lizard.
I can imagine a reptile of some form.
He's definitely a reptilian man.
Yeah.
Then we'll move on to the predictions for next season now. So we've got both our predicted finishes. Okay, we can touch. Rupert's just poked at Christian Eriksen best buy. I mean, we can touch upon him because he did have a top season. There was also the Bale leaving.
I think that's worth mentioning. The most expensive signing ever.
But it's not. I'm in a state of mind with that's affecting Real Madrid. I want him to be. He's left Tottenham now.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be like, we've had a hole from Bale. It's like, one player. You bought about 5 people to go in your squad. You should strengthen.
Spent over 100 million.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, losing Bale's going to always impact your team, but to perform shit, that's the thing. It's not even that they didn't get as many amazing goals. They just performed pretty shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll touch on Christian Eriksen as well, because I really liked him, and he's trying to get towards the end of the season. I
can't believe it was that cheap, to be fair. I've always thought he's going to go for near the 20 mark, maybe a bit above.
Yeah. Well, compare Lallana, 25 mil, similar player, and I wouldn't say Lallana's that much better. Pretty much on par with each other, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
So next season, we've gone for a similar finish, but we both came to an agreement that that's not because we think they have a similar season. We both feel that they're going to play better. A lot better this season. Yeah,
well, exactly. I think the competition is going to be a lot tighter as well.
That's what I mean, yeah.
It was tough for me between Everton and Spurs for 6th and 7th, but I think Tottenham have a point to prove again. New manager, Pochettino, who did very well at Southampton.
Yeah,
it pains me to say it, but he did well, and he's trying to bring in some more of their players, I think, like Schneidlin and that.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking at some good players from all the rumours, but at the same time, I don't think they can have a big spending summer, really. They've got to work on the squad. They've still got put the training and time and investment into the players they bought last summer.
Exactly,
really.
they really haven't proved themselves. Exactly, what 3 or 4 appearances? So don't quote me on that, but.
And now for next season as well, top goal scorer. I'm actually going to ignore that a little bit because even though we put down top goal scorer Christian Eriksen, that's more of a hunch. He could be the one. I don't think we can tell with Tottenham.
Yeah, well, the reason I put down Eriksen is that towards the end he did start to show form. He did get some good goals, and unless Soldado changes, or obviously with his videos being published earlier, it's still end of July, so there's a lot more of the transfer window to come, but I can't, unless they get a top striker, I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a squad where there's no real top goal scorer there, in my opinion.
That's one of their weaknesses that I'll go and talk about in a bit.
Yeah. But so we'll move on as well to just general player of the season, because I want to actually touch on now. I think just Christian Eriksen for me. I think he's going to really play that middleman, that Mata role, and I think he's just going to have a terrific season for those reasons, not the goal scoring reasons.
Yeah,
and obviously Hugo Lloris going to have another crack on, I think.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I think Lloris, acrobatic wonder man when he's in goal. Stuff he pulls off is amazing, and then. Yeah, with Christian Eriksen, I think towards the end of this season, just gone, he found his form. And yeah, if he can keep that up and keep going, he's now fitting into the squad. He knows the players a bit more. Yeah. He's less foreign to the league, as it were. And I just think there's nothing stopping him now for just going and breaking out of it and just, boom, head towards the finish line, as it were.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. All right, we'll move on to the transfers. So we've got Ben Davies and Michel Vorm. They came on a part exchange with Gylfi Sigurdsson. At Swansea, pardon me, and they estimate the values. They put estimations for the values for both players. Michel Vorm is estimated to be 5 million. Ben Davies estimated to be 10 million. Now, what do you think about those two guys?
Well, obviously, having seen a lot of games at the Liberty due to the fact I go to university in Swansea, I saw a lot of Vorm. I thought fairly solid goalkeeper. So I think he's too good to be their backup goalie. I mean, cheap. If someone's like have Vorm for 5 mil, why not? Okay, Sigurdsson's involved in the deal, but he didn't really play that much. I think I said to you, didn't I? He could have gone for a better player from Swansea. Yeah. So if they wanted to do a two-man deal, that he could have gone for. What about Mitchell? I'm sure they could have wriggled him in that deal. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just as someone that's going to give him some more fibre, or even another defender. I mean, just. Ashley Williams, I think, is personally the top player. I think he's a really good defender. Yeah,
no, I agree, but he's always stubborn about his contract and stuff. There's so many rumours linking him away. But then, and then with the other signing, Ben Davies, I didn't actually see a huge amount of him while I was at Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. But he seems solid. He's young, and he's now got 2 seasons of experience in the league. So
yeah, no, I think he does look good.
And trust me, Spurs need a left back.
Yeah, they do. Big time. Danny Rose is a donkey.
I mean, they've got Asuokoto coming back, but
he's also a donkey.
Yeah,
they've got 2 donkeys.
He has cool hair. He has cool hair.
He does have cool hair. Fellaini proved last year that doesn't always work.
Never really liked it. I never understood how Fellaini hit a ball with his head.
Well, he was always amazing at headers.
I know. I mean,
I always thought maybe because they said because he's got big hair, he gets on the ball a bit more.
But surely just fluffs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's not solid. It's like a rhino's horn, which is made out of hair. It's
not going to make some solid contact. He just flicks off his afro and then darts into the top corner. He used to shave his head. Imagine him shaved head though.
He shaved his head.
Did he?
Do you not know this? He shaved his head after the World Cup. He looks like an absolute penis.
Good heavens.
Have you not seen this?
Alright, we're going to talk about the sales. Well, I get a picture up of Marouane Fellaini. So the sales at the moment, Jermaine Defoe obviously going.
Terrible.
Lack of experience and also the best striker of that club.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, terrible. I mean, why sell your most experienced striker? He always gets gold. He even got the goals for England. And, who did they have to fall back on? Adebayor didn't do great. But, yeah, I just think it's a silly sell. And maybe there's some contract issues. I think it was first team football. But then why wasn't in the first team in the first place?
No,
I don't understand.
I completely agree. I mean, looking at some of the other sales they've done as well. Who else we got? No, Sigurdsson is a top player, and then Jed Livermore was always bound to go to Hull, to be honest. But actually, let's move on to some of the strengths that we've actually put for them. So we've got down the lack of goal scorers. Now that was something that we did just touch upon then. Yeah. Jermaine Defoe leaving is losing a goal scorer. The fact that Soldado can't score unless the ball's placed in front of him and he's running up to it,
or it's a penalty.
Yep. that's sort of what I was going for with the penalty too. And Adebayor is just a clown, really. I mean, he played. Don't get me wrong. He scored an amazing goal in Europa, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember it all that well. But I remember him scoring a screamer.
God, it was incredible.
He's an absolute bellend, though. I mean, when he went to City, his celebration to Arsenal.
Yeah, right in front of the Arsenal fans, and
ran all the way down.
Saluted them as well, didn't it? Something like that. It's just. Yeah, he seems like a bit of a dick, but now that I think back then it's because he's just been bought by City. I'm a big striker. Now I think he realises I'm at Tottenham and everyone thinks I'm a donkey, so I think I need to shut up a little bit.
Get some play time.
But we've got lack of team chemistry as well. I think that was really the main downfall of this season.
Yeah.
By the way, saw Marouane Fellaini's hair. He did look very bold and hilarious. But yeah, the lack of team chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't see any partnerships there, really. I mean, again, in the centre-back role, where's the partnership? Sorry, still looking at the photo there. It's hilarious.
It is funny.
Recommend a look.
Have a look. He's like some alien. Doesn't even look human. Yeah, it's that they bought loads of... I think as well, actually, they've got too many of the same type of player.
Yeah, no.
Loads of creative players.
Sort of centre-attacking mid and holding mid position, just that middle.
Yeah, they don't have... I mean, they say, Etienne Capoue and, is more of a defensive... He's just not, though. When I saw him play a few times, because he went on loan for most of the season, didn't he?
No, he wasn't out on loan, but I think he's
out injured.
Speculation. Yeah, he didn't play a large part of this season at all.
I remember I did see him at points, and he just looked like he was wanting to attack all the time as well. And I don't think that Tottenham have that defence.
Yeah, it seems like they've got individuals, like you say of Capoue. If he was in working team, it's like I saw this thing on Facebook where it's like Argentina have Messi, Brazil have Neymar, Germany have a team.
Yeah,
and it's exactly the point. Like if they work as a team, if he's like, no, I'm not the one who has to get the goals. I've got to tackle, defend, give the ball to him, for him to get the goal. That's how we win. I just feel because of all the new money spent, 100 million spent,
they're all trying to show
too many
individuals
into the...
I think as well, when you're all going into a club, though, a lot of these see the competition in a bad way. I mean, a lot of managers say competition is good. They say, it makes players more hungry for their position. But if you think about it, you come in, you've got 4 or 5 other players in your position. They're all worth 16 million, 20 million, 25 million, yeah? You go in there and you think, look, I only cost 15 million. I'm going to show how good I am. I'm going to be the man. I'm going to show everyone up. I'm going to be a don. And it doesn't work out in the end when you go onto a pitch. It doesn't. And it's those few players that aren't like that, like Eriksen, that have really pushed the team forward and made them play in a more positive way. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. That's exactly what they need. So that's what they need to focus on. And hopefully Pochettino will... If he can actually man up and speak some English, we'll be able to speak to them and get them to...
He can speak English.
Yeah, he can, but he refuses to, apparently. He hates English media, which I perfectly understand.
No, I understand completely. All right, we'll move on actually now to Arsenal then. So, looking here, we can see last season 4th. Rupert, what do you think about the season?
I just think it was a very up and down season, to be honest. Opened up the season with a 3-1 loss at home to Aston Villa. So, a bit of a shock there. And then... and then they were first at Christmas, which everyone's like, if you what you are at Christmas, that's how it stays. They had their famous sort of January, February, March time flop, and just
the February flop for Arsenal. It always happens, and it was one of them seasons, and I think bless Arsenal fans as much as they are all tits. Bless them because they every season they're like, this is it. We're not going to have that flop, and this season they were so strong, and they were playing. Honestly, some of the best football I've seen.
I know what you're getting onto. The goal against Norwich.
The Jack Wilshere goal, and actually the Rosicky goal as well.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them were just so good. And I love watching both of those goals. And I really do think, when I was watching through Bundesliga, Liga 1, Serie A, whatever, even Liga BBVA, apart from the occasional Barcelona goal, their greatest goals are 40-yard strikes. And
yeah, I know. It's so nice to see a team goal. I mean, you've got the skill of the flick here, the flick there. And then just a finish. It's just all perfect. Yeah, you don't need some Gareth Bale screamer from like 4 yards out.
That's one moment. That's one kick of brilliance.
It's just not a team goal. It's so nice to see a team gel like that and put one in.
It's the movement and just they were all of that as well. When you watch goals like that, and even when you just watch Arsenal and that type of play, when they're playing the possession, quick free flow play, it's almost like it's natural. It's instinct.
Yeah, that's what I say.
They just flick out, bam, bam. They know they just got that.
Yeah, they're aware of where everyone is behind them. Like Giroud, who's like facing the other way. I'll flick it behind me. I know he's there.
Yeah, and that's a compliment to Giroud, and it's not going to come too often from us. But
who is 6'4"? I'm sorry, I know this is really in part of the usual pattern, but Yeah, he's 6'4". I never knew that. Surprises me hugely.
I know, we found out 6'4". I knew he was a bit tall.
I thought 6'1", 6'2", maybe, but 6'4".
Jesus Christ,
It's a monster.
He is a lanky
And
Frenchman.
Arsenal, do they have a tall team particularly? No. So you would have thought he would stand out quite obviously.
I know, it's very strange. Well, I think Mertesacker might just come on and... Oh, wow, he's 6'5", isn't he?
He's big.
He's a big
6'5".
fucker.
Tree.
But yeah, I was just going to say as well, Arsenal and Tottenham, one of the main... What I think makes Arsenal so great when they play well, and what makes Tottenham so bad last season, is the chemistry again. Is they're actually complete opposites, I think. Arsenal, I would say, in the whole league, have some of the best chemistry. Like when they play football. And I would say Tottenham, when they play badly, have the worst. Because really, Tottenham, as well as United last season, are the two biggest underachievers. Not the people that got relegated, it wasn't them. Tottenham and United were the worst teams that season because they underachieved so massively.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, there's always the pressure on them. You always expect, everyone's always putting bets on, saying, "Oh, who do you think is going to be top 5 and all that?" And these are all contenders. These clubs always come up. Maybe they're not in certain people's predictions, like we predicted 6th, not in the top 5 for Tottenham.
Yeah.
But they're always one of those clubs that come up, and they should be competing to make that top 5. Such an unpredictable setup.
No, I completely agree. So we'll just move on to some of their players then. So the player of the season was Aaron Ramsey. We looked into it as well. Player of the month, I think he didn't win it. It might have been twice.
I think it was eight times, wasn't it?
Yeah, 8 times he won it, and it was just incredible. He had, I think there was the first half of the season was pretty much Aaron Ramsey. He was incredible, and we put him down for our player of the season as well.
Yeah, just because he got the goals, he got the assists. Just a great player all around, and just. But not really something to comment on as a footballer. Just a nice guy. His goals against Cardiff, no celebration.
Yeah, he seems like he's just a guy that plays football.
He loves the football and just gets it done.
It's not a Balotelli. Look, I'm a footballer. I'm different. I'm so cool. You need to fuck off with all your money. And Ramsey just says, "Look, I love to play football. I'm playing for a great team. Just kick the arse out of everyone." It's good. His attitude is good. Top goal scorer is Giroud getting 16. It's not a bad effort.
Nah, it's up there, isn't it? I think Guerrero was 17, Rooney was 16, so he's up there with some of the top strikers in the league.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Giroud's a bad player. I just don't think I like him as a player. I don't think he plays the football that I like.
Yeah, he's just for me. He's just not an Arsenal starter.
No, he's not.
I mean, obviously they had Benzema and that linked in with Arsenal, and then
Balotelli?
I can see them at Arsenal, but it's just.
Giroud,
he's just not like you got United, Rooney, you got your Chelsea, Costa now. Eto last season, still a top player.
Yeah, the big players.
Liverpool, Suarez for crying out loud, and then Arsenal, Giroud. It just doesn't fit in. There's always
Giroud and Bentner last season.
What is Bentner? He's the most arrogant.
It's gone now though.
Terrible player.
It's gone.
Where'd he go to again?
Don't know. I was going to put it in the current sales, but I actually left that one out just because he's got a really long name and it didn't fit. So you got Nicholas Bentner. He did go off though. He's off. He's gone. It wasn't a big fee at all.
No.
It might have even been free. Looking at assists as well, I don't want to talk too much about
Mesut Essen.
I don't want to talk too much about
I'm going to have a quick
Go on,
say,
you have a blast.
because I do like my cheeky Mesut.
Comment on the sale. We'll cover this with the transfer.
So top assists, 9. What a start he had to the season. Expected, getting the assist, couple goals, then he flopped. What was he? Like, I think it was you. I was talking to a friend. I think it was you saying you never think he's going to be as good as he was at Real Madrid.
Agreed, Jeff. That's what I said.
You, yeah?
I said he's done sort of the opposite of footballers. He's peaked at like 21. He's peaked at 21. I mean, what player peaks at the early part of their career? And I do think from now on he's just going to flatline.
I love him as a player, and I really hope that he can. I think maybe it's just because I like him so much, but I think he can improve, and I think maybe Arsenal are going to be a lot stronger next season with the signings they've made, which we'll cover in a bit.
Yeah.
But I just think Ertz will fit straight back in really, and just hopefully he'll play consistently like he did at the beginning of the season.
I think he's going to have a better season. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's going to be shit from now on. I'm just saying that I don't think he'll ever be as great, or at least as well respected as he was at Real Madrid.
Anyway, in terms of buys, biggest buy, Mesut Ozil, just talking about him then, 42.5 million. For me, that was a huge surprise. It was on deadline day. I saw nothing linking that. Other people say they did, but I failed to see any.
I think I saw something, but it was only like first rumours. It was never. I never saw it in the stage like, oh, he looks like he's going.
Yeah.
It was like Arsenal looking at Mesut Ozil, and then an hour later, Arsenal signed Mesut Ozil.
I know. I remember it. I was just sat in bed at like 11 and watching TV or watching the deadline day thing, and then she goes, and Arsenal have signed Özil for 42.5 million. I was like,
Right, okay.
apparently, one of our mates from school bought the shirt about 20 minutes after he went there. Apparently it was up on sale already, or something stupid like that. He already had the full kit, Özil and everything.
Well, they had the Suarez kit before he even went there, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that with Bale as well.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to move on. So, next season, we've done third, fourth. It's very tight for me. I did put fourth, but it is very tight. I think United... It depends if United can get straight back to winning mentality. In my opinion, if their mentality, their minds for next season aren't quite there, and they still need a bit more recovery time and time with Van Gaal, I think, fourth for United and third for Arsenal. It's tight. It's really tight.
I went third for Arsenal because, I think, again, we'll talk about it in a bit, the buys they made, but I think they had a very strong start, and I think Wenger, after having won the FA Cup, they've got winning mentality in them again. Aaron Ramsey is coming through. He's improving more and more. I'm hoping and thinking that Özil is going to improve as well.
Yeah.
And then I just think if they can establish themselves in that top three consistently, I think they'll edge third. I don't quite think United will have it to take third, so that's why I went with third position.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, we could actually move on to transfer now. We'll move on to Alexis Sanchez. So we've actually put him down for who we think is going to be player of the season, along with Aaron Ramsey. It's going to be very tight. I think. Did you say Aaron Ramsey? Didn't you?
I said Ramsey.
Yeah.
But that's on the basis he won't get have injury because he always goes out on injury.
He does. But no, I did put Sanchez. I mean, Rupert can tell you this. I was loving Sanchez at the World Cup. Moving back on again with team chemistry, and I think it's a very smart buy by Wenger. Chile did so well because they had amazing team chemistry. You had Gary Medel just playing out of his skin, looking like a world-class player. And he's not even just starting now, really. He's not a starting player. Well, he will be now.
I think there's rumours linking him away as well.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
But he's just exceptional. And Alexis Sanchez shone out for me, bundles. But he still just played with so much team chemistry. He didn't hog the ball. He wasn't trying to be the star. He just put 120%. And I thought he looked amazing at the World Cup. So I think...
Yeah, well, even watching him in the Spanish league, I mean, I thought it was a surprise. I mean, maybe because of Suarez coming in. But he was one of... I don't know the stats, actually, but he's one of their top scorers. Because I always saw him getting the goal, and he got great goals, went on runs. He scored a screamer against Real Madrid.
Yeah, he's just incredible. And 35 million isn't ridiculous.
No, I mean, Arsenal have always had the money to spend. Wenger's been notorious for not spending it.
It's
good to see him finally spend it now. In the last 2 seasons, he spent 70 million on 2 players.
Yeah, he's on to 60 mil. 63 mil there, I think. If my maths is right.
Including Ospina.
Oh, actually, no.
73. Including
Ospina, yeah. It was around 10 mil, wasn't it, for Ospina? So, yeah, 73. So, I'm just looking at the current buys, and we'll move on to Ospina. I've seen that he's not going to be the number one, and they're going to be using him for more cups. And then Szczesny's going to be still the number one throughout the Barclays Premier League. Now, I'm not sure what you've seen.
I've seen similar. I've seen what you've said now, but originally, I was under the impression that Wenger was like, they're going to have to compete. It's like, whoever's the best will play. Simple as that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, I think Ospina's a top goalie.
Great.
Colombia conceded the least amount of goals in the World Cup with 13, I think it was. I mean,
but Szczesny's great as well.
Szczesny, he's young. He's still young. I think he's 22 now, 23.
No, he's older than that.
He's young.
We'll have a quick check. But yeah, he is a young keeper. But the thing is, Szczesny's never stood out to me. He's never been outstanding. So I'm not 100% on the bandwagon that he should be starting.
No, I totally agree. I don't think he's never shown himself as some world class goalie.
No.
He's not getting goals against.
Oh, it's
24.
24. I think he's a little bit older, but yeah, no, that's pretty much.
His picture is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his picture is hilarious. He looks like he is incredibly high.
Hello, my name is Wojciech.
Wojciech.
How much?
So we've got sales. You mentioned Bentner earlier. Bakary is the only one that I put on there. It's the only really relevant.
I mean, I think it's a shame to lose him for so cheaply. It was a shame.
It was a shame to lose him for so cheaply.
You said the same thing as me. It was a shame to lose him so cheap. Oh my God.
Sanya went for quite cheap, and I think it's good for his career. I think at the same time they wanted to get someone younger in that could flow in with their football. Hence Callum Chambers coming in 16 million.
Oh, and Debussy as well, so he's got the experience there.
Debucky is also in there. And, that's two great fullbacks they bought there. Debussy, I watched last season, I wasn't 100% convinced by him. And Chambers, say what? I didn't even really see him at all.
I thought Klein was starting over Chambers. So.
Yeah, same. I'm very confused by that one. I went for so much. But the only reason why I don't want to badmouth that one is because I honestly have not seen him. I honestly haven't.
Yeah, no, I'm going to especially pay close attention to him this season. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Now we've just gone to some of their strengths. So, free flow organisation is one that I put down. I think the reason why I put that down is it's not the... I don't mean about the pace of their attacks or anything in that sense. I don't mean their organisation as a team. I just mean the fact that they're able to run around, they're able to weave between each other. They're on about... Yeah. I'm cool with that. He's just written a little note down. The
reason I wrote the note down was so people didn't know, but okay.
You can say it's just a podcast.
Yeah, I was just discussing what our next video would be.
But we'll move on to the set. So the free flow organisation, it's the ability that they can move intertwine between players. And what I mean between that is you usually get say City, even if they are playing the 2 and then 3 above in midfield, those players will stay in that rigid formation. Every time you see them move up, that'll be the formation they're placed in. Arsenal, like we said with the goals earlier, they just go wherever, but they're so organised and doing the same sense. You don't get holes left there. It's not like David Luiz running halfway up the pitch.
Yeah, there's always a man to cover the other man. Like, for an analogy, my dad said when he was teaching me to play chess, whenever you make a move, always make sure there's something covering that move. And it's the same with what you're saying about the way they move.
Yeah,
so if, for example, I know there's a counter-attack and a centre-back or even a holding mid pushes forward, then someone, maybe a more forward player who's actually back at the time, just fills in that slot just to keep that shape. But they're free to move all around their positions.
No, I completely agree. And I think that also rolls on to the next one, fast-paced attack. They do that free-flow organisation so quickly, and also the counter-attack is immense. I mean, when you've got Walcott in full fitness, which I think he's going to be back for next season.
Yeah.
His pace is incredible. Chamberlain's pace is incredible. Ramsey can just run for days.
Sanchez as well now.
Even Mesut, he's not a slow player.
Although FIFA beg to differ.
Yeah, FIFA
annoys me very much.
It does, but he's not a slow player. No. And also Wilshere as well. He's just got bundles. He's like a pit bull on the pitch. He's just so hungry. He goes run his arse off.
Gibbs in goal as well. In left back is also fast. So
yeah, it's just a really, really dangerous team. And we've also put at the end their youth.
They've always had such a young team. They always sort of buy off Southampton. Walcott, Chamberlain,
Liverpool are the new one now.
Sorry?
Liverpool are the new one. Lallana, Lambert. Who else are they going for?
Apparently Jay Rodriguez as well.
Didn't they get another one? Lovren,
yeah.
Lambert, Lallana. Did they get someone else? Nah,
that was it.
But yeah, so the youth is always going to be a plus point for Arsenal. Which also moves us on to our next point. It doesn't really actually. Performance in big games. 17 goals, 3 games we calculate it to be. Incredible. Now, if you said 17 goals, take that away from how much they conceded last season, so you've got 41 there. 24 goals they would have conceded.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah, incredibly impressive. But let's just say, instead, they lost all those matches 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, yeah? Perfectly reasonable results if you are losing to big teams. Let's just say they were all 2-0. That's even 6 goals. So, it's
11 less.
Yeah, it's 11 less. They would have been on 30 then. And it's just, that's what makes you think. And also it makes you realise, when you say something like that, there were some bad games, some bad performances. And this was one of the reasons I didn't put Mertesacker and Koscielny as strength. I mean, we were debating whether doing that because they did have a great defensive partnership. But I said, it wouldn't have been the best though. They've let 17 goals in 3 games. Regardless, if they don't perform in the big matches, they are not the best.
Exactly, and that's like, again, the February flop. Arsenal was so strong. People were so sure. I mean, I was always on the fence about it, but I had mainly Arsenal fans, to be fair. I can't just say Arsenal have won it at Christmas. They've won it. But then it's those games that you need to win. You can't just win all the easy games. You need to break through, beat the bigger teams.
Yeah.
And it shows they didn't have the capability to do that, which means why they didn't deserve to be first. You can't concede 17 goals from big teams in 3 games.
Chelsea did the opposite, I think. We performed in the big games.
Oh, yeah.
We just lost to all the little ones. So, it can happen, but we'll move on to the next point. I mean, lack of strikers, I don't want to actually go on too much again. We know they need strike. We mentioned that earlier with Giroud. Just going to quick touch on our last point, stubborn Wenger.
That sort of links in with the lack of strikers. Every season I've seen him, he's always said, we don't need players. Our team's fine.
And then,
all the time.
Oh, we don't know the strikers.
Yeah.
And then it comes to summer.
I did not see the incident.
I did not see it. I think Mourinho makes me seem like a dick. And the fact that Wenger as well can't even do it up his own coach shows surely that he does have a very poor mental capability. If you haven't seen that video, please go on YouTube now. You are on YouTube because you're listening to this. Please search after this video. Wenger not unable to zip up his coat. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
I have to say, I've always wanted one of those coats. He looks so toasty. It's the nicest looking coat.
He looks toasty, but at the same time, he looks like a retard.
Okay.
Argue with that point. Right, we're going to wrap this up anyway.
Yeah.
So we've got Everton, Liverpool next week. Well, next time we upload, it might not be next week. It might be in 2 days' time. Who knows? But we've got the Merseyside derby. Should be a good one to cover. 2 teams which I do like a lot.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Bye.